They're small and seemingly harmless, but mosquitoes and other insects aren't just a nuisance. They're known to carry illnesses that can be dangerous. It's time to set some boundaries with these invasive species. The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District is here to help us fight the bite and protect our health this spring and summer. Let's welcome their public information officer. We have Luz Maria Robles. Hello, Luz.
Hi.
Okay,
good morning.
Good morning. We have some friends here today.
We do a very big friend here.
A very big friend.
Nobody finds him very friendly, but
that's okay. You know, he's being good so far. But I mean, to your point, it's that time of year. We're starting to see more mosquitoes. Can you tell us about the different types of mosquitoes and where they breed?
yeah. So here within our region, we have about 27 different mosquitoes that breed in different types of habitats. But the one common thing to all mosquitoes is that they all need some sort of stagnant water. So anything that holds water for more than a few days can and will become a mosquito breeding source. So I know we had a couple, lots of rain this weekend.
We did.
I bet you if all of us looked in our backyard, we would find something that has, a container that has some sort of water.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect mosquito breeding grounds for mosquitoes, especially because it's going to be hot later this week as well.
Yeah, so kind of things that we have to pay attention to. And you have a display right here that have your little mosquito friends in there. So give us an overview of what we need to know about these guys.
Yes. So that display is basically a mosquito life cycle display that shows how mosquitoes grow. A lot of people don't know that before mosquitoes fly and bite, they actually grow in water. So 4 stages in a mosquito life cycle, 3 of them happen in the water. Think of them kind of like at the same stages as a butterfly would, right? So first they're an egg, then a larva, a pupa, and then of course the biting adult. The hotter it is, the quicker they complete their life cycle. So that's why we have many more mosquitoes in the summer.
Oh my gosh, okay, I didn't know they start in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
And then here
so that's exactly why we always say, one important tip is to always drain that stagnant water from containers around your yard.
Okay, that's good to know. And what can residents do around their home to prevent mosquitoes?
Exactly. So that's, that's the number one thing that people can do is just being diligent and making sure that they're doing their part to always look for and drain any sources of stagnant water, right? So anything that holds water, maybe, your dog dish, a bird bath, a little bucket, anything that holds water for more than a few days, and once it starts to get hot, then it definitely will become a mosquito breeding source. So draining that stagnant water goes a long way.
Yeah, you'll start to notice those spots and you'll see kind of the mosquitoes flourishing around there. We're looking at some of it in the plant. So these are just things you want to constantly look out for. And mosquito bites, I mean, we get them, it's annoying, but why should we be concerned about mosquitoes?
We should definitely be concerned about mosquitoes because they can, they're not only a nuisance, but they can definitely be a health risk.
Yeah.
They can just transmit debilitating diseases such as West Nile virus, which is the most prevalent disease in our area.
Okay, so something that we need to take seriously with West Nile virus happening, checking out for those symptoms. What kind of a season do we expect to have in comparison to last year?
Well, actually, last year was a very long and intense season for West Nile virus. We saw California saw double the amount of cases of West Nile virus, 428 human cases, 19 fatalities throughout the state. So, we're definitely very concerned, and we think that it might be a very busy season based on the fact that we're having some late rain and now all of a sudden some very warm temperatures. That combination basically gives mosquitoes a head start, and it kind of sets the season off to be a very busy one.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, you've given us some preventative measures that we can take on our own, making sure we don't have any open standing water. Can you talk about the ongoing work of the district and what services your agency provides?
Yes. So, as part of our, services, we are always letting people know, trying to promote awareness and education about draining that water. But if you are having issues with mosquitoes around your home, it's important to give us a call. We would come out, provide a free home service inspection, provide recommendations about what you can do. We also, provide these mosquito fish.
Okay, talk about these mosquito fish.
So these mosquito fish, that's literally their name, mosquito fish, because they help us control mosquitoes naturally. They help to eat all the little larvae or the mosquitoes that might be in water. So if anybody has a pond, a fountain, a horse trough, we put them in rice fields. We put them along the creeks, man-made lakes. So anything that holds water is a good home for these little fish. So we provide them free of charge, as part of our services.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I think it's good for homeowners to know about these free services that are provided, because maybe not everybody knows about them. And then there's 4 Ds that you're going to tell us about today.
Yes. So, the main D is drain that stagnant water. dress protectively, by wearing long sleeves and pants if you're going to be outside, if that's doable.
Yeah.
Also, defend yourself with some effective mosquito repellent.
Yeah.
There's different types of repellent.
Yeah.
The best one is the one that you're going to use, but always read the label and make sure that you're spraying yourself to prevent mosquito bites. And then the last D would be the district. Give us a call because we're here to help.
There we go. All the 4Ds. And then it's like you mentioned, it's good to have the preventative measures, whatever we can spray on, just protecting ourselves, our skin.
Yes.
Can you tell us what are invasive mosquitoes and how are these different than native mosquitoes?
So invasive mosquitoes, as their name implies, are non-native mosquitoes, but we've had them here in California since 2011, and they've slowly moved upwards. And here in our region, they're spreading rapidly to different areas. So these are new aggressive day-biting mosquitoes, unlike our native ones that mainly bite at dawn and dusk. And these mosquitoes actually have the capability of transmitting new diseases, such as dengue. We see dengue cases every year from travel-related cases, but now that the mosquitoes are here, the possibility just kind of grows that we might get some locally acquired dengue cases, such as what happened in Southern California last year. For the first time ever, there was 2 locally acquired dengue cases.
Oh, wow.
That had never happened before.
Okay, so all the more reason to take these preventative measures like you've been mentioning. Luz, thank you so much for creating that awareness for us about mosquitoes and making sure that our viewers stay protected.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and you can find out more by going to fightthebite.net.